Hello, everyone. It's Karen Polino Carrere, and I'm back. It's Thursday at 444, and I'm here this is my way to give back and to share in both a group reading and also a couple individual readings. So, welcome, everyone coming on. Let me know you're here. Please say hello. And today I decided I'm going to do a reading. Hi, Shani. Hi, Valerie, Alan, Bethany. I'm going to share in a reading of the most common asked questions during private readings. Hi, Kyle. Welcome, everybody coming on. Maria, Sharon. Great to see everyone on this beautiful day. Hi, Jill. So I am going to share in a group reading today, and I'll share in a reading about relationships. These are the most common asked questions: finances, career, health and well-being. And then we'll ask if there's any unleft message. Hi, Cece, Kathy, Sage, Lisa. Great to see everybody hopping on. So as everybody's getting on and their timers have gone off for 444, I just want to share one upcoming event, which starts next week, and it's my 8-week Angel Messenger certification. I only have 3 spots left. It's a summer series, and it's a great time to dive into connecting and communicating with the divine. So if you're interested in that or your soul's been calling you, don't miss out. Grab your spot. It's Tuesday nights and it's for 8 weeks. It goes through August, and that's starting next week. Again, welcome everybody coming on. Hi, Doreen. Good to see you. Haven't seen you here in a while, Maureen. All right, everyone. So what we're going to do is be open to your highest and best. Today, better than you could ever imagine. I'm going to share in a group reading first, and then I'll pick a couple individual readings. So you know that if you want to be chosen for an individual reading, just know that you need to comment during the live session, because that is where I randomly choose somebody for an individual reading. And if there's any time during the reading itself and you hear inspiration that you know others could be uplifted through, just hit that share button, send it out into the ethers. Whoever's meant to connect with divine guidance and soul messages, they will connect. All right, great, everybody. Hello, hello. Okay, so let's go into prayer. I do not have my crystal lyre because I went to Massachusetts today. I'm back in Rhode Island, so I didn't have time to take out my crystal lyre, but all is well. So everyone, join me in prayer to be open to receive. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, let go of everything that's going to happen after you listen to the reading live, or if you're listening to the recording, it all works. Take another nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, let go of everything that's going to happen after the reading, and just breathe into the present moment. Breathe into the peace of being here now and taking this sacred time for yourself. This is your time. I'm going to ask you to join me in inviting the highest vibration of love, light, and grace to move through all of us today for your highest and greatest good. I ask the highest vibration of love, light, and grace to bring forth anything that no longer serves you to be healed, transformed, released, and completed. I also ask the highest vibration of love, light, and grace to bring forth clarity, wisdom, guidance, healing, truth, and your highest and best, and the highest and best of all, better than you could ever imagine. And so it is. And when you join me in saying, and so it is, know that you are affirming in the faith that you can receive your highest and best. Okay, so everyone, I'm going to use Judith Orliff's Power of Surrender deck to open up the reading and pick one card from that deck. And then I'm going to use my fairly new Oracle deck, Ask Your Soul Knows, and you can order that on my website. Matter of fact, I'm running low on stock, so I have to put out another order. I think it's going in Friday. And then I'm going to use Tony Carmine Salerno Angel God Goddess deck. So this is called an Angel Soul Reading. And that's where the specialty of my work is, in the angelic realm and in oneness with the soul. So take a deep breath, everyone. I'm going to ask for guidance. We're going to pick one card from each about relationships. And that could end up being the relationship with another, relationship with the divine, or the relationship with yourself. Then I'm going to pick, these are the most common questions that come up during readings. Then I'm going to pick one card about career, finances, or purpose. This one's sticking out. I'm going to pick one card from each about physical, mental, emotional, spiritual well-being. And then I'm going to pick one card from each, asking if there's anything else we need to know to complete this reading, that it comes through the last two cards. Okay, so let's see. I'm as curious as all of you. All right, everyone. So first card, and welcome everybody just coming on. Know that if you want to be chosen for an individual reading, you just need to comment during the session. All right, first time, Kim, welcome, welcome. All right, first card. Well, I personally like this card. Some people have a very hard time with this card, but this is the card Surrender to Silence. My lighting's going to have some. In quiet meditation or contemplation, let go and enter the stillness within. Silence can heal and replenish you. So I don't know if some of you can relate to this, but I used to be a person that needed noise or sound. I used to have the TV on, the radio on, and now I drive in silence. I don't have the TV on till late, at nighttime. I love pure silence, and silence is a place where you can listen, you can ask, you can be at peace in silence. Nature is a beautiful place to experience silence. You don't have to sit there with your eyes closed. But remember, if you want to listen to this message, take out your earphones and just listen, be present. That is what it's all about, being present and open. And we really have it backwards, everyone. We think that in doing, that's where everything gets done and accomplished. But I have to tell you, I devote my morning to spiritual practice and silence. And in the silence, everything that you need can flow in and be received. And it's right there in the present moment. So hopefully, if you've got a lot of exterior noise and static and a lot going in, even if it's 5 minutes, turn the radio off in the car and just be. Okay? All right, everyone. Now we're going to go to relationships. And let's see what emerges in relationship. Ooh. Okay, so let's start with the first card. So the first card is a very deep, and when somebody picks this card in a reading or it's drawn for somebody reading, I say, pay attention. This is one of the most powerful cards in Tony Carmine Salerno's deck. Now, some people don't like the face on this card, but honestly, I always see the face of Jesus. I think in the guidebook that it comes with, it talks about Hades. And this card said, the God of the underworld, something which no longer serves you is about to end. Well, I want you to think about a relationship, and I'm definitely getting this is outside of you. This is a relationship that you are connected to, not the relationship with yourself. It's a relationship outside of you. And this is a relationship where not necessarily you need to end, but maybe you've been you've been listening and something's telling you it's time to take a break. It's time to disconnect. And I'm hearing, make sure you sit and set the intention of love. Sometimes, there's a beautiful poem, and I don't know it now, but I'm sure some of you can recite it. Some relationships are for a day, a moment, some are for, months, some are for a lifetime, some are for years on end. But this is calling you. If there is a relationship that has gotten toxic, heavy, draining, maybe you've grown spiritually and it's part of the old energy and it no longer resonates. This is giving you permission to really look at that relationship and say, what serves my highest and best in concern to this? And choosing this from a place of centeredness in your heart, in your intention, and know that if this relationship probably isn't serving you, it's probably not serving the other person involved. Okay. And sometimes when we force a relationship or we say yes, and then we enter it with resentment or exhaustion or anger or discontentment, it does not serve either party involved. Okay. Because letting go of that relationship or giving yourself space from that relationship is giving you room. Look at the image on this card from my deck. Do you think I picked it with intent and drew into the colors and created the light and the vibration of this card? Because this card is an invitation for you to invite more joy into your life. Joy is one of the highest vibrations of love and light. So if you've been depleted, if you've been in that lower vibration of I have to, I should, I'm supposed to, step back, make room. Bring more joy into yourself to share that joy with others. Does this make sense for some of you? And so Kyle is saying, a few relationships come to mind. So I would suggest, if this is happening for some of you, that, just ask for discernment. Which one? Sit in quiet, sit in silence, and come into your heart center and listen to your heart. Okay. I love it. Sue Hutchinson says, shed the shoulds, right? Okay. And somebody else, I saw another one, said, hard to do, but necessary sometimes, yes. And maybe if you are having a hard time doing that, make some space, take some time out. All right. So here's the message for relationships. So let's move to this next two cards are career, finance, and purpose. Okay. Wow. Okay. So first, I'm going to start with the card from my deck. This is the card, Share Your Wisdom. So this is the book of your soul, everyone. Some will call it the Akashic Records, but we all have soul records from this lifetime. Every lifetime, our soul gathers every experience, every situation, every feeling, thought, we have no concept of how that can be, but you have your own book. And what I'm getting is in relationship to purpose and career. Okay. I feel like I'm staying in that vibration. Go to your soul. Ask your soul, can you share your wisdom with me? Because your soul is that highest vibration of who you are, connected to all that is, always wants to guide you to your highest and greatest good. And ask, I'll give you a couple of my prayers. Show me my purpose greater than I know myself. How may I serve? Show me, my dearest soul, what lights me up, what makes me feel alive, passionate. How can I proceed to share, shine, support, and be in service to myself and others? Okay, so this is about, again, these are all connecting back to taking time to surrender, go into the silence, into the oneness of your soul, because the message with this, and I love this card from Tony Carmine Salerno's deck, because it's such a beautiful message. The card is the Angel of the Universe. So this is, and it's interesting because this came up in a reading the other day. And sometimes when we are not centered in our soul, we are centered in our conditioned ego self, and we have limited thinking. Like, think about it. Your awareness or your perception is only a narrow road of what you think is possible in being in purpose and career. For example, being in purpose is not achieving something, coming to something that has meaning. It means you are from a soul level, it means you are in purpose in every moment, in every day, as the day is. So maybe your purpose is to smile. And this morning, I'll have to post it on Facebook after, but I took a picture. It was I just had to take a picture. There was a mother. It was raining here this morning. I was on my walk. There was a mother. She had a dog in one hand and a little boy with his boots and his shorts and a raincoat. And then he had his umbrella up in the back, and it wasn't raining. And it was just the cutest moment of love. And I said, you know what? I got to capture this moment of love. And then I went up to her because she saw me taking pictures. And I said, I just had to capture this precious moment. I said, do you want me to send this to you? And I did. And I left there. My heart was full. And I have no idea what that meant to her. I know what it felt like to me, but I wanted to share it. I wanted to, and I don't know where that would go, and it doesn't matter. I did my part, and I felt like there was something to that. So our soul, your soul, is asking you to expand your perception. There is an unlimited, infinite universe out there. And when you go into soul oneness, you go into infinite consciousness. So if you've been this is interesting. This word was coming through my mouth and I stopped it, but I'm going to bring it forth because it came not from me. But if you've been complaining, what's the word, complaining about your job, and something doesn't feel right, open up and ask. There's an abundant, infinite universe out there. Show me if there's more. Show me if there's something else. Show me the next step. And it's the same thing if you've been feeling like you want to have a sense of purpose, or you want to feel, that life is, lit up through you shining and sharing. Then ask your soul, share your wisdom with me, and then sit and open up to infinite possibilities, infinite potential. Okay. All right. I'm going to leave you with that message. Very cool. I love the messages so far today. Okay. I love, Peggy says, expand my perception. Interesting. Yeah, because we have a limited view. Think about it. Okay, so this is coming from Valerie. Show me if there's more. Really hit me deeply. Beautiful. Okay, everyone. So let's go to the next cards. The next intention chosen is guidance on physical, mental, emotional, spiritual well-being. Okay. Let's see what comes up. Okay. So, and you guys all of you can open up and share if this is true, but there's some shadow work that's being done. And shadow work is about looking at those aspects of yourself or your conditioned self, your ego self, that are coming up because, well, from my deck, this is the letting go card. Help me to let go. This is the invitation to your soul. Help me to let go. Now, why did I put a rope on here? Because in my workshops, in my retreats, I actually bring the game tug of war. I have a long rope and I put people on both ends and I ask them, well, I want you to do this right now. Because the other card is, this was a very clear message as far as me interpreting in oneness with your soul and the divine, the messages. This is the goddess of the shadow. So I know there's some shadow work that's being done or wants to be done. So I want you to stay open and listen to the message on this card, because shadow work is not necessarily fun, but it's connected to freedom. It's connected to peace. And it says what you perceive to be your dark side holds a hidden treasure. So the message is about letting go. So I want you to imagine that you're on one side of the tug of war rope. And I'm going to ask you to take a deep breath. And I want you to contemplate, what have I been holding on to that is no longer serving me? It may be an emotion. It may be a situation. It may be a relationship. It may be recycling thoughts over and over again. So what are you holding on to, gripping onto? Okay, so do this with me now. Grip and say, what have I been holding on to? And be open. Open your awareness. It may be an emotion. It may be a situation. It may be the past. Okay, now take a deep breath and release the grip. Imagine dropping the rope and open your hands. What does that feel like? To just think about letting go. Your mind's going to immediately want to go to figuring it out. Well, what do I do if I let it go? What's going to happen if I let it go? Am I really going to let it go? Is it going to stop? Is it going to just be open to let go? Now look I went from here to here. What is this? Help me to let go. Help me be open. Help me to receive my highest and best better than I can imagine. Right. Comments are relief, feeling lighter, scary yet peaceful. Absolutely. Right? Your tug of war exercise is very powerful. Yeah, it can be it is very powerful. So be open. And if you pick up the rope again, this is symbolic, everyone. If you pick it up again, just keep opening and letting it go. Just see what happens, because maybe you're in a really strong habit, need to control, in fear. Keep letting it go. Surrender it to the divine. Give it to, God, source, Archangel Michael, whoever, Mother Mary, whoever comes to you, or just give it to the light, right? Let go. See what is on the other side of letting go. All right. One more, everyone. So we asked, what do we need to know to complete this group reading? And what is the message? Wow. Okay, so here, Tony Carmine Salerno's deck and card, Goddess of Sacred Power. You are being encouraged to take a leading role in your current situation. Now, there's two messages in this last card. So obviously we need to open up to two different perspectives. Okay. I don't feel like these cards are connected, but this is about thinking about a situation where you need to put the hands on the steering wheel. You can't wait for other people to change, show up, whatever you're waiting for, or if it's for something to happen, this is about finding your peace and happiness right now. So it's time to put your hands on the steering wheel. Which direction will bring you peace? Which direction will bring you happiness? Okay. So this is not about giving your power away to other people, other circumstances, other situations. This is about taking your power back from the inside out, not the outside in. What does that mean? The inside out is it's about you choosing peace inside yourself or for yourself, or cultivating peace and happiness inside yourself, and then letting that vibration create the peace and happiness outside of yourself. It's not about fixing, changing, or controlling or wanting whatever is going on outside of you. This is about the power lies within you. Now, the other message is, this is a fun message where I feel like, this has been very deep and very very important, but deep messages, right? So we end with a lighthearted message. This is from my deck. How can I play with my creativity? Okay. So why did I create the image on the card like this? Because when we center in creativity and we play with that vibration, it ripples out into all areas of our life. So creativity is a light energy. It's a playful energy. It's a higher vibration energy. It's not as high as joy, but it's an expansive energy. I truly have always witnessed that creativity is it opens you up. Look at the image, it expands you, it lights you up. Okay. Now, creativity, I can hear some of you saying, I'm not creative. And I had a really deep discussion with somebody that was a friend of mine that was editing the Oracle guidebook for my deck. And she's like, I just couldn't get that creativity message and card. And I said, well, and then I explained to her, creativity is any way you love to express yourself, where you lose time, you bring yourself into the present moment. Time just passes with no effort. You're very present. So think about it. Cooking, it could be painting, writing, it could be gardening, it could be decorating, it could be, I color mandalas. I love that. There are so many forms of creativity. And so think back to when you do something creative. How does it make you feel? What happens to your energy, your vibration? Give yourself permission this summer to play in more creativity. I'm telling you. And if you're stuck in life, if you're stagnant, stuck, you feel blocked, then sit down and do something creative. It will break through and expand you in a very different energy. Okay. Yeah. Right. Sue Hutchinson. Look, somebody said, I love to paint by numbers, doodling, making a wreath for someone else. Okay. So enjoy that. That's your permission to play in creativity. All right. Let me shuffle the cards and I'll come to a couple other people and then we'll close with a little heart-centered meditation and healing. And hit the share button. What great messages to send out. Let everybody find their way. Come out of the spiritual closet. All right. Oops, I almost forgot 2 cards. So how I do this is I randomly scroll through the comments and I ask Spirit to guide me to someone for their highest and greatest good and the highest and greatest good of all. So just listen to their message. You might get another message as well. Okay, let's see. Okay, hopefully people stay on, because what if you get picked for a message and Sage Bloom? Okay, Sage, take a nice deep breath. Be open to receive your highest and best. Okay, well, I think it's going to be interesting what you received when you heard about the relationship message that came up in the group reading, because this is exactly what's coming up for you is, what do I need to know about my relationship? So the first thing I hear, Sage, is this is not about working alone. This is about working together to bring growth, to bring harmony, to bring well, I heard the word resolution, so I'm going to share that. See these two hands coming together, planting seeds together and growing something. So this is the key card in this. This is the angel of expression. Speak your truth and express yourself clearly. Well, sometimes it's really hard to speak the truth because of fear. There's no other reason not to speak the truth, because it's all fear. And fear can be, listen to this, everyone, FEAR, false evidence appearing real. So sometimes we create fears from past experiences, our history, our childhood, our schooling, whatever. There's imprints that sometimes maybe you spoke the fear, maybe you spoke the truth in another relationship, another experience, and you were either shamed or criticized, or there was hurt involved. So, Sage, this for you is bringing the truth to grow a relationship, to plant new seeds, to plant new growth, to do something differently. So I feel like it's about, planting the seeds. And so these may be seeds that, maybe you need to pull some weeds that aren't working, but how those weeds are going to get pulled is speaking the truth. Now, listen to this, everyone, because I've done this and it doesn't work, and I'm going to coach you differently. So if you're activated, if you're triggered, zip the lip, walk away. This truth that is being shared in this card comes from a centered place. It doesn't mean that you have to be, neutral and chill. It means that you've sat in your center and you've contemplated speaking the truth and noticing how it feels and setting your attention and speaking the truth. It may be still hard and it may be raw, but it's about being authentic, Sage. And this is, if you do this, I see branching out, so I feel this is important. And it's really interesting because I always have this double conversation. I said, I feel like, is this in a direct relationship, meaning an intimate relationship, or is this in like a partnership or something that is being created in like a purpose or a work vibration? And actually, I got both. So this is a soul lesson for you to be able to speak the truth, be the truth, and be authentic. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with those blessings. Okay, so next we have, okay, so everybody, isn't this interesting? So if this gentleman, Ancestor John, is soliciting readings, so please, please block him. And I would never, people do this all the time, I would never suggest going to anybody for a reading that solicits, right? There's a need, a want that's not authentic. So please, if somebody could block them, I'd appreciate it. So I'm not going to pick that Ancestor John. Shani, you are the one getting of light and love. Okay, so Shani, take a nice deep breath. Okay, Shani. So you have, first of all, this was the first card I'm going to pick. So this is the Angel of support. Oh, I love this card. So you are not alone, Shani. And I know you know this, but there's a situation that has been these are the words I heard, been weighing on you or occupying your thoughts and your energy. And this involves breaking free and letting go through forgiveness. Now, forgiveness is not saying what you did to me is okay. I'm just going to accept what you did to me. No, that's not what forgiveness is about. Forgiveness is freeing yourself from any pain or upset that is caused by another, freeing yourself. So I feel like this may be a little challenging. It may be re-triggered. For some reason, I feel like you looped back to it or a version of it again. So you might want to check what gets activated, what's the trigger inside of me, what's the feeling that gets activated, because that's the healing that it's bringing forward. That's the soul growth. But forgiveness, and that you can ask for support. Archangel Zachiel is a beautiful archangel to help with forgiveness. This is about, you're going to break yourself free. See, the chains have been broken and you're turning towards the light. And again, it's so interesting because the other day in meditation, and I'm going to do this in the closing meditation, is one of the hardest things is to bring into the heart and into the light of the heart and oneness those that have hurt us. And again, everybody has history. So sometimes we don't know what their history is. And it's playing out in the present with you, Shani, or others. And it's old stuff. And they don't even know sometimes that they're doing it. Okay. So it's not about figuring that all out. You don't have to figure that out. You don't have to analyze them. It's going into your center. It's going into your reflection, and it's freeing yourself so you can move forward. Okay. So this is your message, Shani. I leave you with blessings. All right, everyone. Oh my God, I'm so happy you're all here. Again, please hit that share button if you know other people. I'm going to look at all your comments. I can't do it through the reading, but I end up, tonight or, looking through all your comments. So thank you. Thank you. Let's do a little heart-centered healing and meditation. I think this would be a great time to, first of all, take a deep breath, bring your hands onto your heart. Now, why do we put our hands onto our heart? Because if we breathe into our hands on our heart, we're centering in our heart center, not our head where our mind is really active and thinking. Just begin to breathe into your heart center. And you can even say, I choose to center into my heart center. My center of love, my center of peace. I want you to call in your angels, guides, masters, teachers, any loved ones from the spirit world. Feel them create a beautiful circle of light, love, healing, peace, protection, wisdom, and guidance around you. So know, in this moment, I can feel it. They naturally, with grace, are sending you so much love. So just take 3 deep breaths and receive love right now. Receive love into your heart. Let your heart heal, awaken, and expand in love. So just breathe. 3 nice deep breaths. Take it in, let go of anything on the exhale that no longer serves you. Breathe in love. Exhale, let go. One more time. Breathe in love. Exhale, let go. Beautiful. Now, fill that love. Not only is the circle that you're sitting in, widen the circle and know that the angels, guides, masters, teachers are filling that circle with love, no matter how wide it is. Now, I want you to challenge yourself. I want you to bring into the circle those that you don't like or are challenged by or are upset with. And just where have your thoughts been going? If they're political leaders, I had to do this the other day, put a political leader in, bring them into the circle of love. You don't have to do anything other than invite them in. Maybe somebody you need to forgive or having a hard time forgiving. Just invite them and see them step into the circle. Now, I want you to make a choice. I choose to send love from my heart. And if you're having a hard time with this, think of a pet that you love, a child or grandchild, maybe an activity that you love, maybe somebody that did something kind and loving for you. And then just send that. Imagine pink light swirling around them until they disappear into that light. And notice how it feels to initiate that. Notice how it feels in your heart. And let's put the image of the world in the center of the circle and do the same thing. Just see pink light wrapping around it until it disappears into pink light. Vibration of love, compassion, peace. Now just breathe back into your heart center. Say thank you. And so it is. All right, everyone, take a nice deep breath. Just begin to open your eyes. Thank you for being open to share in that energy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, blessings, everyone. I will not be here next Thursday or next week. I am going to see my dad for Father's Day and spend Father's Day with him. So I will see you in 2 weeks, everyone. Blessings, and be kind to one another. Stay safe.